Ever feel a pang of envy scrolling through social media, seeing someone else's vacation photos or their brand new car? We've all been there. But why do we compare ourselves to others? This video will explore the surprising science behind social comparison and how it impacts our finances. We'll dive into how our ancestors' need for status in their communities influences our behavior today. Then, we'll see how social media takes this instinct to a whole new level. But fear not. We'll also explore ways to navigate social media and societal expectations healthily, so you can make financial decisions based on your values, not fleeting trends. So stick around and get ready to take control of your financial future. Imagine living in a small, close-knit community where survival depended on social standing. Knowing your place in the group wasn't just about ego, it was essential. Those who understood social hierarchies were more likely to find resources, mates, and stay safe. This deep-seated need to compare ourselves to others is literally in our DNA. Fast forward to today, and these evolutionary roots still influence us. Even though our survival doesn't hinge on social rank, the drive for status and comparison remains. That's why we feel a twinge of envy when someone else succeeds, or why we post about our achievements on social media. Interestingly, this desire for status isn't just about wealth or possessions. It can manifest in seeking admiration for our skills, intelligence, or appearance. The ancient need to secure our place in the tribe now plays out in our professional lives, online interactions, and even our neighborhoods. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that in ancient Greece, public figures would go to great lengths to display their status? They'd sponsor grand events and competitions, spending vast sums to gain public admiration. Sound familiar? It's not unlike today's influencers and their carefully curated online personas. Understanding the evolutionary basis of social comparison helps us recognize these feelings as natural. But it's crucial to be aware when these instincts become detrimental. In a world filled with social media highlights, it's easy to feel inadequate. Now that we understand the evolutionary roots of social comparison, let's talk about how social media has cranked this up to a whole new level. Social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are basically highlight reels of everyone's best moments. It's like everyone's curating their own reality TV show. And we're all hooked. Picture this. You're scrolling through your feed, and there it is, your friend's perfect beach vacation, gourmet meals, brand new car. You start feeling a bit down, thinking, why isn't my life that exciting? But here's the thing. These posts are carefully selected snippets. It's like comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. This constant barrage can make us feel like we're always falling short. Studies have shown that too much time on social media can actually make us anxious and depressed because we're constantly comparing ourselves to these polished, perfect images. Remember, it's like watching a movie trailer and assuming the whole movie is just as epic. Here's a fun fact. According to a study, platforms like Instagram can increase anxiety and negative body image among young people. Think about it. Seeing flawless photoshopped images all day is bound to mess with anyone's head. It's like expecting to look like a movie star after seeing their heavily edited photos. Unrealistic, right? And let's not forget the influencers. They often show a life of effortless glamour, luxury, and fun, but behind those perfect shots is a lot of work, and sometimes a bit of smoke and mirrors. It's like those memes about what you see on social media versus reality. A picturesque beach photo, the caption, "Living my best life." But in reality, they're just trying to get the perfect shot for hours. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Here are some tips to keep social media fun and healthy. Limit screen time. Try setting specific times to check your social media. No more endless scrolling at 2 a.m. Curate your feed. Follow accounts that make you feel good, not ones that make you feel like you're always missing out. Be realistic. Remember, what you see online is often a filtered version of reality. No one's life is perfect, despite what their feed might show. Engage authentically. Use social media to genuinely connect with friends and family, not just as a tool for comparison. By being mindful of how social media influences us, we can enjoy the good parts without falling into the trap of constant comparison. Let's talk about how societal expectations can wreak havoc on our wallets. We've all felt the pressure to keep up with what's considered normal, whether it's a lavish wedding, big house or ensuring our kids have every trendy gadget and activity. These expectations can lead us down a path of financial stress and poor decision-making. Imagine this. Picture-perfect wedding photos flood your social media feed. Everyone seems to be having a fairy tale ceremony with extravagant decorations and designer dresses. But the average cost of a wedding in the US is a whopping $30,000. That's a huge chunk of change for a single day. And yet many couples feel pressured to spend big to meet these inflated expectations. This often leads to starting married life with a mountain of debt. Is that really the way you want to begin your journey together? The pressure to buy a big, impressive house is another culprit. We're often bombarded with the message that homeownership is the ultimate sign of success. But stretching your budget to afford a large mortgage can leave you house rich and cash poor. There's little room for other financial goals like saving for retirement or enjoying life's simpler pleasures. It's like buying into the dream, but waking up to a financial nightmare. Here's a surprising statistic. A survey by Bankrate found that nearly 40% of millennials have gone into debt just to keep up with their friends' lifestyles. Whether it's fancy dinners, exotic vacations, or the latest tech gadgets, the need to fit in can lead people to spend money they simply don't have. So, how do we break free from these societal pressures? Here are some tips to help you stay financially sane in a world full of expectations. Set clear financial goals. Know what you're working towards. Do you dream of a comfortable retirement, a family vacation, or a cozy home? Having clear goals helps you resist the urge to spend on things that don't truly matter to you. Create a realistic budget. A budget isn't about deprivation. It's about making sure your money goes towards your priorities. Include some fun money so you don't feel restricted. Question the norms. Just because everyone else is doing something doesn't mean you have to. Ask yourself if a lavish wedding or a big house is what you truly want, or if it's simply what society tells you to want. Find your tribe. Surround yourself with friends who share similar financial values. It's easier to stick to your goals when you're not constantly pressured to keep up with the Joneses. By understanding and challenging societal expectations, you can make informed financial decisions that align with your true values and long-term goals. Remember, financial freedom is about living a life you love, not keeping up with an illusion. Now that we've explored how societal expectations can impact our finances, let's shift our focus to developing a healthier relationship with comparison. Comparison in itself isn't necessarily bad. It can motivate us to improve and strive for more. The key is to make sure it doesn't turn into envy or lead us to make poor decisions. First, let's acknowledge that everyone's journey is different. Social media often showcases the end results without highlighting the hard work, struggles, and setbacks behind the scenes. It's important to remember that what we see is often a polished version of reality. One way to foster a healthier mindset is to practice gratitude. Regularly take stock of what you have and appreciate it. Gratitude can shift your focus from what you lack to what you already possess, reducing feelings of inadequacy. Here's a simple exercise. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be monumental. They can be as simple as enjoying a good cup of coffee or having a roof over your head. This practice can help rewire your brain to focus on the positives in your life. Another strategy is to set personal benchmarks instead of comparing yourself to others. Measure your progress against your past self rather than your peers. This approach helps you see your growth and achievements over time, making the comparison more meaningful and less stressful. Additionally, limit your exposure to triggers that lead to unhealthy comparisons. If certain social media accounts make you feel inadequate, it's okay to unfollow or mute them. Curate your feed to include content that inspires and uplifts you rather than bringing you down. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who celebrate your successes and encourage your growth is also crucial. Positive social connections can buffer the negative effects of comparison and provide a more balanced perspective. Lastly, focus on what you can control. We can't change other people's lives or achievements, but we can work on our own goals and aspirations. Set realistic and achievable objectives for yourself, and celebrate the small wins along the way. This keeps you grounded and motivated, without falling into the trap of constant comparison. In summary, comparison can be a double-edged sword. By practicing gratitude, setting personal benchmarks, curating your social media feed, fostering positive relationships, and focusing on controllable goals, you can turn comparison into a tool for growth rather than a source of stress. Remember, your journey is unique, and your value isn't determined by how you stack up against others. Embrace your path, celebrate your progress, and strive for a balanced and fulfilling life. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more content on personal growth and financial well-being. Until next time, stay curious and stay motivated.